The Department of Ecumenical and Social Relations of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, in collaboration with PCGTV, organized a press conference on Friday, September 20th, 2024, to commemorate the International Day of Peace. Attendees gathered in the main conference room at Church House, Kuku Hill, to emphasize the church's essential role in fostering community peace. Chaired by Reverend Dr. Godwin Ninoy Odonko, the event featured Mr. Ernest Ansalate, Head of Peace and Security at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, as the special guest. Under the theme Cultivating the Culture of Peace, the Role of the Church.
We always wait until we are approaching elections before we begin our response towards peace. I think that peace is enduring and we must always preach peace. We must always talk about peace. The church assembles different people from different political backgrounds. So you have NDC members in the church, you have NPP members in the church, as well as CPP and all that. So the church provides that kind of platform to also send the message across. And usually what happens is that those people also send the message into their community, into their homes about peace. And so the church is a critical player when it comes to peace and elections. For us, we already know that we are peaceful people. So that is already embedded in our society. But we shouldn't take it for granted. So that we are all of a sudden overtaken by events. And that's why we are trying to call on all the political parties to begin to look at the broader picture for the country Ghana. We need peace to be able to have more political activities. Without peace, there cannot be a political party, there cannot be anything. So it is also in their interest to also foster unity, dialogue and all that. So I think that it is the way to go. Peace is the way to go. So we shouldn't wait until it is an International Peace Day before we celebrate peace.
Speakers highlighted the critical importance of upholding peace in our nation, especially as Ghanaians prepare for the upcoming December 7th elections. They urged all citizens to prioritize peaceful conduct during this pivotal time.
The church made reference to Matthew chapter 5 verse 9, which actually is talking about peace, that blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. So the church finds itself at the center of making peace or ensuring that we have peace in the country, especially when we are moving towards elections. So it has a pivotal role. And if the church does it well and we have peace before, during, and after the elections, the church would have scored some huge marks. And that will be the church's contribution to Mother Ghana. As for the youth, they should avoid manipulation by the politicians. For my school, that's Presbyterian University, Ghana, I get the opportunity at our weekly services to talk to them. I belong also to the Christ the King congregation in New Achimota Estate, and from now onwards, I'm going to engage session so that during Sunday services occasionally, they will give me the platform to talk to our members about peace. And for the students, I'm going to keep on talking to them about peace almost every week that we meet until the elections are over. Just to, sensitize them. The politicians will come, will engage you to go on the streets and be rowdy. You may get some injuries, and what do you do after that? We shall allow peace to prevail, and we'll have a successful election 2024.
As a church, we pursue the gospel of peace. That is what we have in our hands, and that is what we share to the world and to all others. Then again, because of the elections, we have to be doing these type of things, if you like, to raise an awareness of the need for us to coexist in peace. Because elections will come, elections will go, but Ghana stays with us. And it's also a way of telling people that they should love Ghana more rather than any party. Love Ghana more. And let us pursue the Ghana agenda to ensure that we develop and grow in peace. That is why we'll do advocacy, we'll have side talks and so on, and we'll bring people to share the idea of peace and to eschew conflict from amongst us. The church is interested in the development of humanity, development of the society. What we try to eschew is partisanship, because within one church, you have people belonging to various parties as members of the church. And so you cannot support one party against another. We support the agenda of Ghana developing, and whichever government is in place, we want to support to ensure that they will bring more developmental agenda to the table. So I will want to say that colleague ministers who have taken positions openly, I guess openly, that is partisan politics, must bow their head in shame. I think that is not our calling. Every true minister will, as much as possible, speak for the country, speak for growth and development, speak for what is good and eschew what is evil. Let us not be partisan in any way as to bring about divisions in the church and accentuate divisions also in the society. For us as a church, it starts with prayer. Let us pray. But let us also practicalize the prayer by pursuing peace wherever we find ourselves. Whether at home or the workplace or the workplace or the community, market, wherever we find ourselves, let us pursue and practice peace. Then again, we should avoid any form of conflict, anything that will lead to conflict. Let us be very careful the way we spew out evil and acid, trying to besmear our opponents. Let us try to do this politics in a way that will bring respect and honor, not only to ourselves, but to our society. Let us live in peace. I have said that this is going to be the 9th time under this new dispensation. And so elections will come, elections will go. Ghana must live. Ghana must stay together. Let us pursue the greater agenda of Ghana rather than the partisan agenda of what is good, what is not good, what is evil must be condemned by all, no matter where it's coming from. And this is what I want my people to really believe in and practice.
Distinguished guests included Professor John Ofosu Enim, Vice Chancellor of the Presbyterian University of Ghana, Right Reverend Samuel Kofi Osabote, the immediate past Bishop of the Accra Diocese, and Honorable Abna Osei Asare, Minister of State at the Finance Ministry of Ghana.
Oh